Hello and welcome to Election Night 2020. Tonight the candidates are Joe Biden with Barack Obama as his running mate, along with the incumbent President Donald Trump and the incumbent Vice President Mike Pence. They are both vying for the presidency of the United States, and for that role we have some polling data, and in Pennsylvania the Democrats are ahead by 4 points. In Wisconsin they're ahead by 4 points. And going over to Nevada, they're ahead by 3 points. In the Sunshine State of Florida, Democrats are ahead by 2 points, but going to Arizona, the GOP is ahead by 4 points. Now let's go over some media predictions for the presidency of the US. MSNBC predicts that Democrats will win with 358 electoral votes to the GOP's 180. CNN believes that the Democrats will win with 296 electoral votes to the GOP's 242. Fox News predicts that the GOP will win with 333 electoral votes to the Democrats' 205. And now let's look at some polling data for the Senate makeup of the United States of America. In Missouri, the Democrats are ahead by 0.5%, and in North Dakota, they're ahead by 3 points. In Indiana, the Democrats are ahead by 0.02 points. Going over to West Virginia, the Democrats are ahead by 10 points. In Arizona, the GOP is ahead by 0.5 points. Now let's take a look at some media projections for the Senate. CNN believes that the GOP has the advantage with 49 GOP seats to 45 Democratic seats. The Political Report, again, GOP has an advantage 48 to 44 seats. Now let's take a look at our 7 p.m. poll closings. 60 electoral votes and 3 Senate seats are up for grabs at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the US. In Vermont, Joe Biden is the projected winner of that state's 3 electoral votes in Vermont. And now going to Kentucky, Donald Trump is the projected winner of Kentucky's 8 electoral votes. Indiana, Mike Pence's home state, here Donald Trump the projected winner of its 11 electoral votes. In South Carolina, Donald Trump is the projected winner of their 9 electoral votes. In Virginia, it is too close to call. Joe Biden is leading Donald Trump by approximately points. Georgia, Donald Trump is leading its Republican state with Donald Trump leading. This is good news for the GOP. In Vermont, the Senate race here, Bernie Sanders, the independent, will go on to serve another 6-year term from Vermont. In Virginia, the Senate race here, Tim Kaine, the projected winner. In Indiana, Joe Donnelly is leading his Republican challenger, Luke Messer, by a considerable margin. This is the electoral map as it stands. 3 certain for the Democrats, 28 certain for the Republicans, and there are quite a lot of toss-ups with 13 leaning Democratic and 16 leaning Republican. This is the Senate makeup, 25 Democrats, 43 Republicans, 1 leaning in the Democratic column's favor. That is the Senate balance of power. Now it's the 7:30 p.m. poll closings, which include the key states of West Virginia, which Donald Trump will prevail in, taking its 5 electoral votes. In North Carolina, it is too close to call. Joe Biden leading Donald Trump by 4 points. This is a Republican state. And going over to the great state of Ohio, Donald Trump is leading by only 1 point. This is a Republican state. And going over to the West Virginia Senate race, Joe Manchin, the projected winner in the Senate race there. In Ohio, it is too close to call. Sherrod Brown leading his Republican challenger, Renesse. And this is the electoral map as it stands. 3 certain Democrats, 28 leaning their way, and 28 certain Republicans, 34 leaning their way in favor of the Republicans right now. In the Senate makeup, 25 solid Democrats, 2 leaning their way, 43 solid Republicans. Now it's time for the 8 p.m. poll closings, which include the key states of Pennsylvania, Florida, Missouri, and New Hampshire. For the Senate races, their key races to watch include Rhode Island, which Joe Biden will win, picking up its 20 electoral votes. Going over to the District of Columbia, 3 electoral votes, including Connecticut. Joe Biden will win Connecticut. Now going over to Delaware, his home state, he will prevail in Delaware. In New Jersey, he will prevail, as well as in the state of Massachusetts, Joe Biden. In Maryland, again, Joe Biden winning in Maryland. In Maine, Joe Biden is the projected winner of 3 out of its 4 electoral votes. In Alabama, Donald Trump is the projected winner. In Alabama. In Tennessee, Donald Trump, again, the projected winner in Tennessee, volunteer state. In Missouri, Donald Trump is the projected winner of its 10 electoral votes. Going over to the state of Oklahoma, Donald Trump, the projected winner. He won every single county here in 2016. Now going over to Maine, 1 out of their 4 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump, the projected winner. In Mississippi, Roger Wicker here, Donald Trump will prevail. Now going over to Pennsylvania, Joe Biden leading by 4 points. This is a Republican state, not the first. Florida, again, Joe Biden leading by 4 points. This is a Republican state. Going over to New Hampshire, Joe Biden is leading by a considerable margin. A big margin there, 13 points in New Hampshire. This is a Democratic state. And now going over to the Mississippi Senate race, Roger Wicker will prevail, picking up the Mississippi Senate race. Now going over to Florida, Bill Nelson, again the projected winner. Now in Pennsylvania, Bob Casey, projected winner of the Senate race in Pennsylvania. In Massachusetts, Elizabeth Warren will go on to serve Massachusetts in the U.S. Senate. In Rhode Island, Sheldon Whitehouse, again projected winner in Rhode Island. Connecticut, Chris Murphy, the projected winner. In New Jersey, Bob Menendez, the projected winner in New Jersey. In Delaware, Tom Carper, the projected winner in Delaware. Now going over to Maryland, Ben Cardin, the projected winner in the state of Maryland. In Maine, Angus King, this is an independent hold. Angus King is the projected winner in Maine. In Missouri, it is too close to call. Clay McCaskill ahead of the Republican challenger. Now going over to Tennessee, the Senate race here, Phil Bredesen ahead of Marshall Blackburn. This is the Democratic seat. And this is the electoral map as it stands. 71 certain Democrats, 81 leaning their way. 83 certain Republicans, 16 leaning in their favor. That's the state of Georgia. And the Senate race here, 35 solid Democrats, 4 leaning their way, and 44 solid Republicans. Arkansas's polls have closed at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. 6 electoral votes from Arkansas will go to Donald Trump, the projected winner. This is the electoral maps, but let's go over because we have a key race alert at 8:47. Joe Biden will prevail in Virginia, picking up its 13 electoral votes. This is a big win for the Biden campaign. They're erupting there at Biden headquarters, but they're also erupting at Trump headquarters because they won Georgia. 16 electoral votes. This is the electoral map as it stands. Joe Biden, picking up Virginia, Trump picking up Georgia. Big wins in Virginia and Georgia. Not much change here on the Senate map, 35 to 44. Now it's time for the 9 p.m. poll closings, which include the key states of Arizona, Colorado, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, but we have a projection out of the state of Kansas. We had to interrupt our list of swing states, and we also have projections out of Louisiana. Donald Trump, the projected winner in Louisiana. In Nebraska, 4 out of their 5 electoral votes will award to Donald Trump, the projected winner. Now going over to the great state of South Dakota. Donald Trump is the projected winner. As South goes, so does Wyoming. Wyoming, Donald Trump, the projected winner in Wyoming. In Colorado, Joe Biden is the projected winner of that state's 9 electoral votes, a much earlier call. Now going over to the state of Minnesota, Joe Biden, again, earlier call than in 2016, Joe Biden, the projected winner in Minnesota. Nebraska, 1 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. This is a Democratic gain. And now going over to this great state of New Mexico, they will award its votes to Joe Biden. Same thing up in New York, 29 for Biden. In Arizona, it's too close to call. Joe Biden leading by 2 points in the great state of Arizona. This is a Republican state. In Michigan, it's also too close to call. Joe Biden is leading by 13 points, a considerable margin to factor in their Republican state. In North Dakota, Donald Trump is leading. It is too close to call, which is unusual. Donald Trump leading by a lot of considerable margin. This is a Republican state in North Dakota. In Texas, Donald Trump again leading in Texas, 57-40, a considerable margin in Texas. In the great state of Wisconsin, Joe Biden is leading 13 points. This is the same as in Michigan. In Nebraska Senate, Deb Fischer will go on to serve Nebraska in the Senate. Going over to Wyoming, John Barrasso, again, the projected winner. In Michigan, Debbie Stabenow, the projected winner in the great state of Michigan. Now going over to Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar is the projected winner of that state. And now going over to Minnesota special election. Tina Smith, the projected winner in Minnesota's special election. In New Mexico, Martin Heinrich, the projected winner in New Mexico's Senate race. Now going over to New York, Kirsten Gillibrand, the projected winner in New York. In Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin, the projected winner over in Wisconsin, the Senate race. In Arizona, McSally is behind Arpaio. This is a Republican seat. But now going over to our electoral map. 145 solid Democrats, 105 leaning their way. 123 solid Republicans, and 59 leaning in the Republican column's favour. This is the Senate makeup, 41 Democrats, 4 leaning their way, 46 Republicans, 1 leaning their way. We have a key race alert at 9:04 p.m. A key race alert. Joe Biden has won the state of North Carolina, and that is absolutely massive. They're erupting over there at Joe Biden headquarters. He's won North Carolina. This is a Democratic gain. In New Hampshire, again, a big win for Joe Biden, again, erupting over there at Biden headquarters. In North Dakota, Donald Trump, the projected winner in the great state of North Dakota. This is the electoral map as it stands. 164 certain Democrats, 86 leaning their way, 126 certain Republicans, 56 leaning their way. Now going over to the Senate makeup, 41 solid Democrats, 4 leaning their way, 46 solid Republicans, and 1 leaning their way. Now it's time for the 10 p.m. poll closings. 21 electoral votes are up for grabs, which include the great state of Utah, Donald Trump, the projected winner. In Utah, now going over to Montana, Donald Trump is the projected winner in the great state of Montana. Now going over to Iowa, the president race here, Joe Biden is leading. Now going over to Nevada, again, Joe Biden is leading by a considerable margin over in Nevada. Jon Tester will go again and serve Montana in the U.S. Senate. In Utah, Mitt Romney, the projected winner of the Senate race in Utah. Going over to the great state of Nevada, Jackie Rosen, the projected winner in Nevada. We do apologize. We cannot make a projection out of Nevada. This is the electoral map as it stands. A lot of red, however, there are a lot of leaning blues as well. Not so many leaning reds, but obviously that should go up 42-47 for the solid and 6-2 for the leaning. We do apologize, technical error. Now we have another key race alert at 10:37 p.m. Donald Trump has won the state of Texas. Donald Trump, the projected winner in the great state of Texas. Now going over to Ohio. Donald Trump is the projected winner in the great state of Ohio. In Texas, the Senate race here, Ted Cruz will go ahead and serve Texas in the U.S. Senate. Indiana, Joe Donnelly, the projected winner in Indiana. In Ohio, Sherrod Brown, another great win for the Democrats in the great state of Ohio. Now this is the electoral map, 164-191, with 98 leaning in the Democratic column's favor. 44 Democrats to 48 Republicans. Now it's time for our 11 p.m. poll closing, which include Idaho, Donald Trump, the projected winner. In California, Joe Biden is the projected winner, largest prize in the union. In the great state of Washington, Joe Biden is the projected winner in the great state of Washington. In Oregon, Joe Biden is the projected winner of the great state of Oregon. Now going over to Hawaii, Joe Biden, the projected winner over in Hawaii. Barack Obama was born here. In Washington Senate race, Maria Cantwell, the projected winner in the Washington Senate race. In Hawaii, Mazi Hirono is the projected winner in Hawaii Senate race. Dianne Feinstein will go on to serve another 6-year term for California in the U.S. Senate. This is the electoral map as it stands: 242 for the Democrats, 98 leaning their way, 195 solid Republicans. This is the Senate makeup, but we have a key race alert at 12:45 a.m. Phil Bredesen is going to win the Tennessee Senate race. This is a big win. Now going over to Michigan, the president race here. Joe Biden is the projected winner in Michigan. Big flip. Same flip out of Iowa. Joe Biden, the projected winner out of the great state of Iowa. In Nevada, Joe Biden is the projected winner, which means Biden will go on to be the next president of the United States. Biden wins presidency, and Barack Obama will go on to be the next vice president of the United States of America. This is the final, the electoral map as it stands. But let's go over because we have a key race alert at 12:58 a.m. Joe Biden has won the state of Pennsylvania, and that is absolutely huge. They are erupting there at Biden headquarters. This was a hotly contested swing state, but Joe Biden has prevailed. In Wisconsin, another huge flip. Joe Biden, the projected winner. But out of North Dakota, we have breaking news. HEITKAMP will go on to serve North Dakota. And the same thing out of Missouri, Clay McCaskill, the projected winner. This is big news for them. In Nevada, Jackie Rosen, we do apologize for the incorrect picture, will go on to serve another 6-year term. And now going over to Arizona, Martha McSally is the projected winner. And with those calls, Democrats will take control of the U.S. Senate. This is the electoral map as it stands, 300. But we need to go on because Alaska's polls have closed. Alaska will go to Donald Trump. This is the final Senate makeup, but we have a key race alert at 1:34 a.m. Arizona has just been won by Donald Trump. We're getting information that also the state of Florida will be won by Joe Biden. Big win there in Florida. This is the final electoral map. 329 for Democrats, 209 for the Republicans. Joe Biden winning the presidency. This is the Senate makeup. Democrats will hold control. Thank you guys all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you all in the very next video. We have a new upload schedule on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Videos will be published at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. On Saturday, 2 election predictions at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, you'll have your election night in America published at 8 a.m. Eastern. That is the new upload schedule. Thank you guys all for watching, and good night.